Just a quick timeline, that I want to give you and the audience. Just that this was, it feels as though it was planned out.
Oh, yeah.
You know, on August 29th, Charlie Kirk was assassinated on September 10th, August 29th, ahead of his visit to Utah Valley University. Change.org issued a petition that was entitled "Prevent Charlie Kirk from speaking at Utah Valley University."
Wow.
On September 3rd, Utah Valley University released a statement affirming that he would be allowed to give a speech. And I quote, "They have a commitment to free speech, intellectual inquiry, and conservative and constructive dialogue."
Mm-hmm.
So the campus, they didn't respond right away. Clearly, they gave this some thought and said, you know what? Whether we agree with him or not, he's well within the right of his First Amendment.
Yeah.
On that particular day, September 10th, there's school surveillance cameras that picked up the suspected shooter walking onto the campus right around 12 o'clock, and that happened at 11:51 a.m. if I'm got my facts right. Around 12 p.m. noon, the Kirk event, it kicks off at the Fountain Courtyard, which is in the middle of the campus. At 12:20 p.m., he's taking questions, and that's when the shots rang out.
Wow, yeah.
So the shooter got there roughly 30 minutes ahead of time. Is that enough time, in your opinion?
Yeah, but I think he did his other surveillance prior to that even happening. Whether his surveillance was like using Google Maps, the overhead satellite imagery of where he could potentially set up, how to infill, where to go. He might have walked, I don't know, done that a couple of times in person, tested it out. But I think he probably used like Google satellite maps imagery to pick out his location, where it was going to be at. They announced where it was going to be at prior to him getting hit. So he already had a reference of where he was going to have to shoot. And he probably just picked out his building and went on from there. But no, 30 minutes is not, no, that's very doable. I'm surprised he was actually up there that long for 30 minutes, but on a rooftop, just silhouetting yourself, out amongst the open like that, the skyline. I think that's risky. That's risky. I think if I'm going to be somewhere for like 30 minutes, I'm not going to be on a rooftop. I'd rather be inside of a building, backed away somewhere, and would have set up what I needed to set up so you can't see me, but I can see you,
The reason that I wanted to have you on this platform, obviously you're a sniper. You're a very skilled sniper, very experienced sniper. Hypothetically, if you were going to do this, how would you have done it?
How would I have done it? I won't give away too much, man. I would use like satellite imagery, Google Maps, something like that, weeks in advance, probably months in advance. And I would practice. Where can I go? What's my best vantage points? Yeah, I would practice that, where I'm going to set up at, what do I have access to? How can I get access to something? And I'm not going to set up on a rooftop. I'd rather be inside of something somewhere and set up and then execute my shot, but not so much of I'd be in enough hurry to get out to where I blend in with the crowd. And the evidence, it's very compartmentalized. There's nothing left behind. There's no evidence left behind. I would do it that way. A lot of planning. And how I'm going to get there and how I'm going to get out would be like my big two, what I'm going to take my time on and really, really plan out. And I might, depending on what my egress route is, if I'm going to go Am I taking a car to get out? Or what am I using as my screen to get out? The chaos, naturally, is what I would want to use. The chaos of what just happened. But I also don't want to stand out. I'm going to always act like I know where I'm supposed to be. I'm meant to be there, and I match the situation around me. But it would take a long time. I would take weeks, if not months, to plan something like that. But the odds of, you got a lot of stuff to factor in: cameras, surveillance, their surveillance, when am I going to set up? And for me, I'd probably want to set up hours, if not days, prior to what I'm going to do happens. That way when everyone's out there, you never see me getting into location or anything like that. I just blend back into the crowd when it's all said and done, but I'm not going to, you're not going to catch me on surveillance, broad daylight, like walking up somewhere. Or I might set something up on Wi-Fi camera, never mind, and you can remotely do it